Go down now to Prospecton, just south of Durban on that N2 highway. Thuba Vilane, what's the situation like where you are? Just paint a picture for us exactly where you are, what's been going on there in relation to trucking.
Braden, we started at Maran Hill Toll Plaza this morning where we were checking the situation, and then now we at Prospecton, just south of Durban. The situation here in KZN, Braden, is very quiet, I must say. We've tried to get comments or the update from the police or even from the Department of Transport. They are saying so far on the recent spate of attacks directed to the trucks in the truck industry, there hasn't been any reports that has coming from the province of KwaZulu-Natal. But we understand that the main route that has been affected is on the N3, especially in the areas around Harrismith and up to Johannesburg. But so far in KZN, nothing has happened. Yesterday, there was a march in town, which has been, in fact, the follow-up march of the eNCA MVA members. Part of their concern and grievances was that they are calling for the truck industry to prioritize truck drivers who are South African, because they believe that those jobs should be given to the locals. But now let me speak to Ngebo Ndlovu, who is from the All Truck Drivers Foundation. Thank you so much, Babuka Jenny. Are these your members that we've seen going around and banning trucking?
No. It's not our members. Our members are polite, and every time when we call on for the shutdown, we never call for the shutdown for the night shutdown. We only do a daylight shutdown where we demonstrate politely and peacefully. What happened in the 2 weeks and last week at the night is not from our members. Actually, it's just the criminals who are doing the criminal behaviors.
I'm sure you are aware that we're talking about at least 10 or 11 trucks that have been banned. So you're saying that you're not responsible for that?
Yes, actually, it's not our concern as the organization. It seems as people in South Africa or the media as well is concerned about how many trucks being damaged or being torched by certain people which are not our members, which are the criminal activities. Let's allow the law to take its course so that the investigators and the law and subs, so that they can investigate and arrest the people, the criminals who done that. What as our organization we are fighting for, we are crying. In our country, there is a crisis. There is too much foreign nationals who are operating the trucks, who are driving the trucks, and there are certain more than 90%, especially here in KZN, it's even difficult to do a peaceful march to a certain company where you can voice out your grievances about the employment of foreign national, because sometimes when the drivers they go on the road to make a shutdown on the national road, government said it's an economical sabotage. But what we see, what is this economic works for? Because it seems like it's not useful to cry about economy that is going down with that economy that is working for foreigners. People in the country, they are unemployed. Many South Africans, they are crying, especially the youth who are supposed to get the job in South Africa, but there are even companies here in South Africa, you can name them. They are written by the gate. Only foreigners, they can get a job to drive the truck. But what you as a truck driver, you see, the driving is not a scarce skill. What I know from the Labour Relations Act of South Africa, anybody, any employer who is willing to employ a foreign national, he must first apply from the Labour Department to get a permit. But only if they are not South African who can perform and do that certain job. But driving, too much. Even you can go by the Department of Transport. Every now and then, even today, they are issuing the Code 14 license, Code 10 license, Code 8 license. Those people are willing to drive, but but they got nowhere to drive. This is our country. This is South Africa, our country. Where must we, how can, why, if we are voters and South African, we must starve while the foreigners are working, getting employed, getting paid every month. And the pressure and the something, and the other thing that has happened here in the industry, our industry, trucking industry, is very dirty and is damaged. People, they drive, the employers, actually, especially in KZN, the employers of the truck industry are the Indians. We cannot hide that. That is a fact. There is no truck that is owned by a black people or black person or black South African here in Durban or in KZN. It's the Indians are owning the trucks and they putting a pressure to the drivers. That's why even the accident that are happening on the freeways is done by there is an invisible, as the media and the other people and the Minister of Transport as well. They must try to wake up or to be able to see the invisible hand behind of these accidents that are happening every day, because the drivers are getting paid with no basic, no overtime, and most of the companies are not registered the driver. You load now, they tell you must offload today. You can load now, you said by 7 o'clock, by certain time. Even they don't care how long you've been waiting to load. If you can load at the midnight at 12, they tell you in the morning you must be at the customer by 7 o'clock. So the driver, because it doesn't have what you call a basic, and is willing as a man, even you. If you go to work, everybody needs to get a money that he can able to support his children and to make his future to success for his children and for him as well. So if they will tell me that I must go in Joburg, the load is 1,000 rand. So the driver, everyone want to get enough money to make things, because there are so many things that behind us we have to do as people. So now the employers in South Africa, the whites and the Indians that are owning the trucks, we cannot hire that. The minority is the one that are benefiting the fruit of the freedom of South Africa. But the majority of black South Africans who put government in power, they are like dogs. No one is care about what is happening. That's the true story that is happening. Even I myself, I can tell you, as you see, I'm using the crashes now. I had an accident on the 24th of February this year. I was working for a company named Outback Truckers. That company, you got no basic salary, you got no UIF, you don't even contribute the tax. And that company, you don't have even what you call a UIF. Even now, I'm crippled now. I was fractured both here on top and here on the neck of the hip. Even now, I tried so many ways to speak to my boss. I need the IOD, the injury on duty. Even now, today, he duck and diving, he ran away. He can't even answer my calls. If I can answer, I said, no, we'll see. You know that I'm not registered with a labor. But there is government. So it means the company in South Africa, it seems the government is being ruled by the businessmen or the people with money. The government is supposed to be the last, or supposed to rule the country, not being ruled by peoples. Yes.
That was Ungcebo Ndlovu. As you could have heard what he's saying, but then we understand that later on today, the MEC for Transport, MEC Begintuli, will be meeting the truck industry. That will include truck drivers as well as the truck owners. Some of the things that will be discussed there, we are told that include what he was talking about, the issue of the employment of foreign nationals and the adhering to labor relations by the companies. As we understand that part of the grievances that has been raised by truck drivers is that some of these companies are not adhering to the labor relations. And another thing that he talked about is something that we've also raised to the MEC a few weeks ago. You will remember that in the past, many accidents that has happened in the province included trucks. So we asked the minister, the MEC, if they were doing anything in trying to engage the truck industry. He also confirmed that together with the Premier economy of the province, they are looking in that matter, is one of the matter that has also raised concern within the provincial government. So we're expecting that by the end of the day, today or tomorrow, we will be able to get the outcome of that meeting.
Yeah, Thuba Vilane, thank you very much. Listening to Mr. Ndlovu there, Gatsheni, you can hear there's lots of problems in the trucking industry that need to be sorted out urgently, more than just foreign nationals who are apparently being targeted in the trucking industry, which could border, unfortunately, on xenophobia, if that's the case. But there are serious labor relations challenges and regularization that needs to happen. Thank you very much, Thuba Vilane, there in Prospecting, just near the N2 South, just south of Durban.